Hi everyone. Today it is 14th June 2023. I'm extremely happy to interview our foundation and pillar of Aramaic project, who is Reverend Father Dr. Joseph Palackal. This interview is conducted through online, and I am from Michigan, United States, and Achin is in the East Coast, which is in New York, United States. Ishimishek Suyarigade Joseph Bacha. I love Aramaic project. I'm extremely happy to be a humble contributor in this project. Also, this Aramaic project is the only East Syriac project in India that has numerous amount of recordings as well as documentations in your digital archives, which you collected since the late 70s. I really appreciate you, not just me, on behalf of entire Syro Malabar Catholics and as well as our Nasrani brothers and sisters and entire East Syriac or East Aramaic following viewers. We really appreciate for all your work. Let me start with my first question. When and why did you start this Aramaic project?
Thank you, George. Thank you for your initiative. To your question, when and why? The concept of an Aramaic project as an academic endeavor started in 2013, but it was after a lifelong preparation. Before 2013,
in 2012, I led a group of pilgrims to the Holy Land. We were at the place where Jesus taught the prayer to his disciples. I prepared my English-speaking group to recite the prayer. After that, something came over me. I started chanting that prayer with a melody that just occurred to me on the spot. After that, I thought I should do something to preserve this language the way it used to be in India.
And it was after a lifelong preparation. In 2006, I organized a recording of the Solemn High Mass in Syriac by Father George Platotum in India. And before that, I did my PhD. The topic of my doctoral dissertation was Aramaic chants, Syriac chants in South India. And during the dissertation, I worked on a commercial CD of Syriac chants, which was released from Pan Records in Netherlands, and which has become a collector's item now because most of the singers in that CD have already died. Before that, while working on my master thesis, I became aware of the uniqueness of the Syriac chants. Before that, while I was a student, I was a seminarian in the 1970s, I happened to hear a solemn high mass by Father Probus Perumalil, CMI, and I was mesmerized by that because the musical style was so different. It is not Carnatic, South Indian music, it is not Hindustani classical music, it is not folk music of Kerala. So I knew that this has a specific character which is different from any other music style that is existent in Kerala. That this came from the Middle East, and this has a Middle Eastern background about the influence of the Chaldean church and so on and so forth. I was attracted by the uniqueness of the music. In 1982, I wrote an article about the need of preserving this musical heritage. And at that time, I didn't have the resources to do that. Finally, I worked on preserving the sound and the sentiments and the melodies in this language. So that was the beginning of the Aramaic project. Why did I start this? Because the Aramaic language has undergone changes in its pronunciation, vocabulary, has undergone changes in South India, in Kerala, among the Siromalabar church. So the language has assumed a unique pronunciation, sound, and all this will be lost if we do not document it and preserve it for the future. Now we have treasures from the past and we can carry it on to the future generation. So someday our generation will understand how this language sounded among the Siromalabar communities in India.
Okay, thank you, Joseph Bacha. What was the most challenging and the most rewarding parts of the working of this project?
Okay, interesting. Two parts, most challenging and most rewarding. Most challenging aspect of the project was to locate Syriac singers across Kerala. So I used my vacation time in Kerala by traveling from one end to the other, searching for old church singers and recording their melodies. Some of those melodies only they knew, nobody else knew. So there were melodies that are unique to certain church choirs in certain parts of Kerala. So traveling, reaching out to them, finding them, arranging a recording of their melodies, talking to them, and documenting their ideas and concepts. That was the most challenging aspect. Second challenging aspect was to convince the hierarchy of the Siromalabar Church, the bishops and the leaders of the Siromalabar Church, about the significance of this project, about the importance of this language, the sound, the melodies. So I still haven't uh, achieved that goal to convince the hierarchy, the bishops and the priests, that this is part of our cultural heritage. This is so much a part of Indian cultural fabric. It is a part of the history of India. So I haven't yet convinced them. And because they are not convinced, they have not been able to find resources running of the project. So those were the two challenges. One is locating people. Second, finding resources, financial support. And in order to get that, we needed the support of the bishops, the hierarchy. So those things haven't happened. They still remain to be challenges. Rewards. Okay. The most important reward was that I introduced Syriac chants to the younger generation of Sierra Malabar Christians, Catholics in America. First started in 2013 at the National Basilica in Washington, D.C. In the solemn celebration of Kurbana, Sierra Malabar Kurbana, we introduced two Aramaic chants, the Presagio and Puttano. And there were 120 singers, young singers from across America. They took to it. They were fascinated by it. I didn't think they would absorb that a new language, a new chant, but they took it to themselves and they liked it and they took it to their own parishes. And whenever I got a chance to go and teach or celebrate Mass, I went to as many places in America as possible. And now the Trisagyon has become an essential component of Kurbana in Malayalam and English among the young people in America. So I did not think that it would happen during my lifetime, but I'm happy to see that. Recently there was a wedding, Siromalabar wedding in Queens, and the young people sang in that English celebration, Trisagyon, Kandisha Alaha, Kandisha Helsana, Kandishala Mayo Sais Rahmalayan. So that was a moment of great satisfaction for me. So that is one thing. The second reward, very unexpected development. A team in Dharmaram College in Bengaluru, the CMI Study House Seminary in Bengaluru, they decided to compose, they took initiative to compose new text in Syriac. New text, not the existing chant. They wrote the poem and they asked me to compose. I was initially reluctant, but then finally I did it. Beautiful 8 lines. Maybe this could become the official anthem of the Siramalwar Church. So the key to the song is in the last phrase, Marwala, the profession of faith by the Apostle of India, Saint Thomas Liha. So it is a song that refers to Thomas Liha, but it's a song to Jesus Christ. So I liked it, I composed it, and eventually that is now slowly becoming a prayer song, like for gatherings and so on. And because of that song, now they are doing other songs. For the last 2022 Easter, they gave me another text and I composed it. And a community in Chicago, they took it and they sang it for Easter in their church. So these are unusual, unexpected developments that makes me very, very happy. I didn't think that I would be alive to see those fruits of my labor. I'm very happy.
Thank you, Joseph Acha. This is a very good explanation, and I really like the hymn that you just sung. It was so beautiful. So let me go to the third question. Where do you envision this project in 5 to 10 years from now?
That's good. My dream, 5 to 10 years from now, I would envisage all Syro-Malabar communities across the world developing a concept of bilingual kurbana, a kurbana that in the local vernacular language, English or Malayalam or Hindi or Kannada, whatever, but incorporate songs like Krisagyon, Pugdanaon, the resurrection hymn Lagumara. So a few Syriac chants being incorporated into the regular celebration of Kurbana. Thus, they will know that this used to be our patrimony, and that might encourage some of them to learn the language at a deeper level and get a mastery of the language and try to understand the treasures, uncover the treasures that are hidden in the Syriac tradition. So that is my primary dream, to come back to a bilingual celebration of Qurbana. Along with that, another dream is that in this Qurbana in the vernacular, our communities should recite the Lord's Prayer in the Syriac language. Avundusmeya, Naskandashma.
Shmaya.
What an honor and privilege to utter those words that came from the mouth of Jesus. The pronunciation may be different, but the words are almost 99% of the words are the same words that Jesus taught his disciples. So if we can use that shorter form of the Lord's Prayer before the communion, the Lord's Prayer before communion, that will connect us to the times of Jesus. Our umbilical cord will be reconnected 2,000 years back to the time when Jesus taught that prayer. And our children will be proud, they should be proud of the fact that they can recite the Lord's Prayer in the very same language that Jesus taught. And our children should have that privilege and honor and credit to do that. And we should, that's my dream. I don't know if I will be able to see it when I am alive, but if slowly the community, the hierarchy, the priests warm up to this project, that might happen in 5 to 10 years. Second major dream is for the hierarchy and the priests to understand what myself and my team are doing, understand the relevance of it, and promote it, and if possible, financially support. Once they are convinced of the significance of the project, they should ask the government of India to contact UNESCO and ask them to declare Aramaic language in India, Syriac language in India as an endangered language and request for support, financial support to preserve it. Then we can do much more. So we can create an impact on the world scene or on an international level, because the Aramaic language, the Syriac language in India is unique for its pronunciation, for its melodies, for its musical syntax, musical theory even. It is a separate, the Aramaic chant, the Aramaic music in the Syro-Malabar Church and other Syriac churches will form a separate music pathadi, a music system that can be scholarly studied. Third, our Syro-Malabar young people should slowly, some of them should learn, take Syriac chant in India for their doctoral dissertation, for their master thesis. The seminarians in the seminaries should take this topic, one chant or two chants or a few chants. There are so many different kinds of repertories within Kerala. So they should look at those chants from an academic perspective and use it for their academic, their term papers and their master thesis and doctoral dissertation, just the way I started. When I started, there wasn't a precedence. I started from zero. But now on the website, our digital library is huge. It is expanding day by day, and these resources can be used across the world. So I hope that Syro-Malabar youngsters should take it for academic studies. And then this will remain and the conversation will spread to the entire world. There is yet another area that I envision. The Syro Malabar Church, especially, should use Syriac chants for catechetical training. For example, just by singing Marwa Lark, that is a profession of faith. In that, the entire Christology is implied in St. Thomas' profession of faith, just one phrase, Marwa Lark, my Lord and my God. You are God and man. In one simple phrase, you compress the entire Christology. Go again to the Sagadin, the chant Sagadin and Mar from Brihanana, that is in the breviary in the Literature of the Hours for Annunciation and Christmas seasons. And Sagadin and Marla Lahusal Walnashu Pulaga. We praise you, Lord, in your undivided humanity and divinity without doubt. What a profession of faith. We spend so many hours discussing Christology. Here is perfect Christology, perfect explanation of who Jesus is. He's God and man. It is undivided, and we have no doubt about it. So such chants could become tools for catechetical formation, theological formation, doctrinal teachings, and that also is my dream. And for all these things, we are preparing resources on our digital library. So you don't have to go anywhere, they can access it from anywhere in the world.
So thank you, Joseph Acha. I'm very much grateful for you, as I am also a member of Syro Malabar Church. I'm happy that my generation and also the future generation, not just in US but across the globe, can use this Aramaic project as a reference at any time for the catechesis as well as for personal reference and be educated, and they can follow this. Now you actually paved a way, and we are that way is actually going through St. Thomas to Lord Jesus, which is our Isha Mashiach. So this is
Yes.
helping us a lot actually to follow the same path so that we always remember our patrimony. We need to know from where we come from and wherever we are. So I really appreciate all your contribution. Basically, you spend your entire life for this. So which no one I believe has done, like for this collecting these records and documentation. It's like a big library, yeah, digital library, and especially your team, entire crew. I really appreciate the entire Aramaic project because without you or your team, this would never happen. So this is the only reason that we still cherish, and we are always happy to see each and every episode. We sometimes wait for them, what is the next episode is about. So the Syro Malabar community, especially in Chicago diocese, they always wait what is the next video is about the Aramaic project. So yeah, please do give more and more videos, and I thank you so much for all your contribution, Acha.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you for your words of appreciation. May God bless you. We
Thank
need
you,
people
Acha.
like you.
I'm a
So,
humble servant. As Achan said, he has a plan to introduce our language and our Aramaic language, which is unique in Kerala to the UNESCO project. But the thing is that the same is the aim of the Chaldeans too. They want to have the Aramaic in the UNESCO. This will help us because we can work
yes,
together. So
yeah,
when we work together, things will go smooth because this is very helpful. That is the thing.
yes. We should draw the attention of UNESCO and the various branches this language has taken place, various sounds, how we sing Kandishalaha, how they sing, how the Orthodox sing Kadishwaloho, and how the Chaldeans sing in a different way. It's all the same language, but different pronunciations across the world. All this combined will be a huge topic, and the UNESCO should declare it as an endangered language. And
Yes, yes.
among my greatest satisfaction is having a team, my team in Kerala. So I'm blessed with the people who are working in the office. God bless them. More importantly, This is made possible because of the support that I receive from my congregation, especially from my province, Sacred Heart province of the Carmelites of Mary Immaculate, the provincials in the past, the current provincial, and my province community. I am deeply indebted to them.
But what I'm saying is that the entire generation is thankful for them. That is the thing.
Yes.
All the coming generation and the current generation, they will be always thankful for this Aramaic project, because you started this project without looking for any profit. It was completely a non-profit intention. So just for our community, just for our community
Passion.
and church and
Yeah.
passion, yeah, your passion, of course, yes. So that really helped us. So that's one. So we are always grateful for that.